What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Have you missed us? You have. Oh, I've missed you too. Have you missed them?
Yeah, you're really positive because you heard that they missed you. For me, I was like, oh, you didn't miss me. That's what I heard.
What do you mean? Oh, you heard that nobody missed you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what I heard. No one really cares about me, I think.
That's actually quite coincidental.
Yeah.
I don't know if you did that on purpose. If you did, you're a genius. If you didn't, you're very sad. But on today's podcast, we definitely want to talk about taking ownership of your own happiness. You know? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm a librarian right now.
Why so librarian-like?
I don't know. I'm just so like, my back is straight. My hands are like...
in prayer position?
Yeah, hugging one another. My fingers are hugging each other. I'm so positive right now.
You're positive. Wow. I like this.
How many people in your life do you know? I feel like you grew up with a lot of positive people, actually. But how many people growing up were super negative in your life that you didn't even realize until later?
Super negative?
Okay, maybe not super negative, just like not happy.
I think all of them.
Everyone's negative?
Everyone's pretty negative.
Your mom's really positive.
On the outside. You haven't lived with her.
Oh.
But my mom is very positive, is that she shields a lot of the negativity. But once you get to know, like all the things she ever yelled at me for was an insecurity of something that was negative. So she didn't want me to wear baggy pants because she thought I was going to become a gangster. She didn't want me to like
I think
dye
more
my
emotional
hair.
negativity.
That is emotional. Because where the size of pants isn't going to dictate your future. Thus, she attached an emotion to it. And
but it did
insecure.
because you were in a fucking gang.
No, honestly, if she let me do the things I did, it would have never got there. It was her negative approach to objective things. And then that my behavior was a reaction to it.
Oh, I see.
But I think most of my family is very negative, maybe except for my one special uncle. You know what I'm talking about? Shout outs to my uncle in San Francisco. I took him to eat Italian food for the first time. He got chicken Alfredo and then he went home and he had diarrhea because I think it was too much fat and dairy. And then he told my aunt he can't wait to eat at that place again. That's positivity.
Well, okay. That's very special. Okay, I guess I mean more in terms of like how you deal with it then. Because like we're all negative. Like I'm negative. Like we all have.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you.
Hey, fuck you too.
Hey, later. But no, like we all have negativity in our bones, you know? Like we have like, that's a balance, I guess. You know, like you have to, it might be like what protects us in the wild. Like it's that primitive part of our brain that goes, well, wait a minute, let's think about it in the bad way.
Yeah.
And then you go, well, let's think about it in a good way. That's why in like all the old school cartoons, they have the good angel versus the bad angel.
Yeah.
So it's like negativity versus positivity.
Yeah.
So we all have that. We all possess it. But I think the difference is knowing that you have the power to take control of that.
Yeah. You know, one of the lines that I heard as a younger person, like 18, 19.
Why did you say it like that?
What did I say?
As a younger person.
Well, because then I said just when I was younger.
Yeah.
But then I was like, wait, are people going to assume I heard this when I was 4? So I'm like, no, when I was 18 or 19,
You're
I
so
heard
negative.
This. I'm so sorry. Yeah, but like I heard it when I was like 18 or 19.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was just
when
like,
I was a teenager, you're so cute.
oh, fine. And I heard it and I was like, man, what's this fucking pseudo intelligent cliche bullshit? So I kind of just ruled it off. But the older I got and the more people that I met, I'm like, damn, it's so true. Have you heard the line, perception is reality?
No.
So,
but it is.
Yeah. So the
Absolutely.
concept of perception is reality is that there is no such thing as reality.
Or one reality.
Yeah. There's no such thing as one reality.
Yeah.
Because reality is what you see.
Yeah.
So
it's like beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Same shit.
But this is even deeper than that because even just at a physical, biological basis, if you're colorblind, you're just not going to see blues and reds. in your world, blue and reds don't exist. So what's happening in your reality is based on how you perceive things.
Yeah.
So now when you take this into an emotional aspect, there's something bad that can happen. And a lot of people, they put their happiness on external forces, but the true determining factor is the internal force that people don't even know. And something bad can happen.
External forces meaning like what? Like
external, something that happens outside of you.
Okay, fine.
The definition of external.
Damn, dog, why you gotta say it like that? Make me feel dumb.
No, because I try to use words that are
you did, absolutely, but then I was just like
misunderstandable, and they're still misunderstood. So I'm like,
then why repeat it again, you piece of shit?
What do you mean by piece of shit?
You know the stuff that you push out of your butthole that's just waste product?
Thank you for clearing it up. Yeah.
You see, you freaking dick.
I was making fun of you.
I know you were making fun of me.
Oh, fine.
Anyway, well, because I was trying to think of like specific scenarios that's an external, right? Like obviously like buying expensive things or being with the significant.
Exactly.
I know, but I just got lost, okay? It's my first podcast today. Just get off my fucking back, all right?
I like when you go like that and puff your chest after your titties pop out.
Well, I'm wearing a bra, so you can't see very much.
That's the external force I was looking at. And
that makes you happy.
I'm very happy inside.
Okay.
But that's my reality.
All right.
Versus some other person who doesn't have that reality. Why are you trying to bring females down?
Yeah, dude.
Are you anti-feminist?
Yeah.
And it's like, all you're doing is you're using your mammary glands to cover up a piece of space that is 2 inches further than it used to be. That is the actual objective part. Everything else is how people interpret it. So when people are negative, a lot of it is on the inside. And so as I got older, when I meet people and then the same thing will happen to like 4 people when we're hanging out or whatever. And I start to realize, wow, people react to things in much different ways. And it more and more, I believe that perception is reality. Like your happiness is really, if you're down to be happy, obviously everyone wants to be happy, but I don't think people have the discipline to be happy.
What does that mean?
So, I think people, I was talking to Steve yesterday and I forgot what we were talking about, but he said this phrase that really clicked in my mind. And he goes, people aren't emotionally humble. And I'm like, whoa.
What does that mean? Why don't I know shit right now? What the fuck is happening with me? I don't know shit.
So people with their own emotions, it's on such a pedestal.
Yeah.
They're not humble with it.
Oh,
so that emotion
I agree.
rules their life.
Absolutely.
Right?
I agree.
Versus like let's say
I've had to tell a friend recently, I'm like, you're not that important. And I didn't mean it I didn't mean it in a way where I've even told my mom this. I didn't mean it in a way that I wanted to like crush their fucking soul and dreams, but I meant it in the most humble way possible, meaning same shit. Like be humble with your emotions. It's not about you. Mm-hmm. Like put your shit away and see what the other person's really trying to tell you.
Yeah, like how many times have you been in an argument with someone where clearly they know they're wrong already and you know they're wrong, but because
I'm stupid. I don't know that. I don't know that they know that they're wrong.
But because their ego is so strong, their ego is so strong, they still want to win the fight because they're not being emotionally humble.
I only feel that with you.
Oh, fine. So, you feel that with me, right? So
I'm just kidding. I don't even feel that with you.
So I'm not being emotional humble at that point. So like, I think a lot of people, their initial reaction. I don't even know if
he means that.
That is one of the things he means.
Oh, okay.
Because emotionally humble is just across the board. Yeah. Your emotion is on a pedestal when it doesn't really matter at that point. Right. So the thing that he was talking about for his own personal experience was the other day. He just wanted to be a good husband.
I hope he doesn't mind you sharing this.
No, he doesn't mind. He was just being a good husband, and then he was asking like Nikki, hey, like how was like the Final Fantasy thing, and then her team was getting torn to shreds, and so she was like, oh, you ask me about something like this. So she was going like crazy. And then for him, he was like, I was just trying to ask you about your day. And then he was like, oh, fuck. I wasn't being emotionally humble because her initial bite back, it made him go. He was offering an olive branch, right? I want to know about your day and I'm being soft. I want to care about you. And she goes, Meow. And then for him, he was like, ow. And then so when he went, ow, he was like, wait, but it's not about me. Why am I so worried about my ow? And then that could easily lead into a fight. Yeah,
Bart, why do you always do that to me?
That could easily lead into a fight. And then lead into a fight. And then he can now go, I was just asking about your day. Fine, I'm not going to ask you about your day anymore.
Then it becomes a fight. And then you never really get to the bottom of that.
Exactly. And then so I told him, wow, you're really zen. He goes, no, that's not how I played it out. Of course, I wasn't emotionally humble and we got into a fight.
It was like a retrospective.
But in retrospect, he was like, it didn't, I think it caught him so off guard because he was literally like coming down the stairs. Oh, how's Final Fantasy coming? Because Nikki's watching football. And then and she's like, what the fuck, bitch? And then he's like, oh, wait, that doesn't really matter. And then, but that's just a small thing. But
yeah, that's on some Zen shit, man.
But a lot of people though, so when I'm getting back to the original topic of the discipline to it, I think it's when something bad happens, it's easy to sulk. It's easy to negatively react, but you have to, before that split second of stimulus comes in and then your output comes out, that's that transition where you have to like grab a hold of it and get a hold of yourself and then go, okay, it's not that bad or whatever, and then let the output come out. Yeah. But people don't have the discipline to grab on to that thing. You know, like people, they want to go, like we have a friend that's extremely FOMO. And then if we're like, hey, you want to go eat at In-N-Out? You want to go eat In-N-Out? You want to go eat In-N-Out? And then later she comes out of the bathroom or something. And then she's like, hey, where's everyone going? And we're like, oh, we're going to In-N-Out. She's like, aw. It's the external stimulus comes in. And then before she can grab a hold of it, she already has an awe coming out versus someone.
Like we did it on purpose.
Exactly.
Like we wanted to exclude her.
We've been conspiring against her. Yeah. When all she has to do is go,
I'm down. I'm coming. Who can I ride with?
Exactly. Hey, can I come too?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think like that's the part that people don't have the discipline to be happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to call it, but I have also thought in my own mind, because I tend to be more on the positive than the negative. Like, yeah, I'll sulk in my emotions for a period of time, but I'm not leaving it there. Like for me to sulk in my emotions and to kind of just sweep those emotions under the rug and then move on with my day, it's really it's rare for me to do that. Like I'll feel it, I'll sulk in them, right? But then as I'm feeling and sulking, I don't ever want to feel that way again. So I'm working it all out in my head. So I'm constantly like trying to see like, okay, what can I do to prevent this from like me feeling this way or me making someone else feel this way? And I'm like trying to work at it. And I've always said that like people that don't do that are lazy, but it's because I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, I can only speak what's going on in my own head, and you and I were very similar, but I don't know like how it works for other people. Like, I guess I would want to speak to someone that's like always negative to be like, what happens? Like, do you just stop thinking?
No. They don't stop thinking. The reason why they're negative, because we have negative friends. I talk to them about these things a lot. Oh, you just
stay in that lane of thought.
They're not emotionally humble, so they're only entertaining one story. There's one narrative that being told to them. They want to go to In-N-Out. They know I haven't had lunch yet. They should ask me. There's 5 people in the room. Why are 4 people going? They should have asked me. They know I love In-N-Out too. And there's one story versus, okay, put that emotion down. Now let's really assess the situation. I was in the bathroom. They're having a conversation. Of course, they're not going to come to the bathroom and knock on the door.
Excuse me.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it, you need to be emotionally humble and be also disciplined to be happy. And it's very hard because now you're going almost against your natural emotional urge. Like when you come out of your house and you see someone have a hit and run, it's hard to control that. You're like, what the fuck? This is my favorite car. I spent so much money on this car. What kind of asshole is going to come and fucking scrape the shit out of my car?
Yeah.
You know, it's hard for someone to come out and go, oh, now my car has character. You know what I mean? It's fucking hard. That's why it's a really hard thing. But I think what helped me become a little bit more happy is that I've seen so many negative people in my life that it helped me not want to be them. Yeah. So I was able to kind of start practicing this at a young age. And
what did you see? And then what was like a turning point for you?
I think one big thing is my mom and all the stimulus that comes in, because so this also goes into like with the willingness to accept the unknown.
Right.
So when there is no expectation, there's less chances of unhappiness, right? A lot of unhappiness comes from
your expectations not being
met. It's my birthday tomorrow. I bet my friends are going to buy me presents. I bet they are. Next day, no single text. No one gives. You're like, oh, what the fuck is my birthday? I thought everyone. But if not, like if tomorrow is just a regular day, someone buys you flowers for no reason. You're like, oh, thank you. there's no expectation, right? So my mom, I think because she was so rigid all the time, like she had rules, she had plans, she had like, okay, Bart's gonna do piano when he's this age, he's gonna do kung fu at this age, he's gonna go to Berkeley at this age, he has all these things, which didn't really leave room for randomness and organic inspiration to happen with my own life. It was easy for anything to show up for her to already go, emotional reaction. So if she thought I was gonna always wear school uniforms and be this kind of guy and always have a comb over and do whatever, then when spiky hair was in or bangs were in, and gonna be a gangster. So she had all these emotional things. And so as I grew up, I was like, damn, things would happen and she would just have an insanely negative emotional reaction to something for no reason when it's not bad.
Yeah.
You know? And then that's when I started to go, I don't think I want to be like that.
Yeah.
And then I started to go, like, if something happens, it's like, okay, this happened. This is my initial reaction. Is there a way I can pivot my perspective? Oh, this is a happier way to go about it. Cool.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember like one thing that caught me off guard was my sophomore year, or my freshman year, my girlfriend broke up with me because she thought I had a crush on another girl. And I'm like, what? And she came up to me, just Korean, of course. So she came up to me, had a big scene out of it in the quad, crying and all that shit. And then at that time, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, damn, that's kind of embarrassing. And I didn't want to break up with her. I liked her. I'm like, what the fuck's happening? And then me being able to pivot fast, because some people take 2 weeks to go over a breakup. I was like, oh shit, I'm single now and I don't have to be with the crazy ass bitch. Tight.
Yeah.
So I was able to pivot fast, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
So I was able to return to happiness because I love being happy. So if I'm happy, something breaks it, I want to go back ASAP. That's my goal in life, to be as happy as I can all the time.
Yeah.
I really like it.
That's dope. I'm going to pause you right here for our sponsor.
Ooh.
Okay, so our first sponsor is from First Leaf. And let me tell you, that sounds so funny, but I'm serious. I'm really excited about this because I don't know if you guys watch our vlogs. I know you've been hearing me say this, but I've been wanting to get into wine for the longest time. And First Leaf has finally made that possible for me, because if you know anything about alcohol, it's complicated, especially like that's already alcohol. Now moving into wine, it's even more complicated because there's seasons, there's regions, there's countries.
Oh yeah.
It comes,
like
there's
years.
There's
and stuff.
years.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Then there's flavors. It's kind of like perfume.
They all taste different supposedly. I don't know anything about it, but
right.
Yeah.
But First Leaf is really dope because you go on their website and then you take a quiz, and in this quiz it asks you like, are you a beginner? Are you willing to explore? And then it's kind of like a meter. You go like, I'm really I really want to explore, or now I'm boring as hell. Like put me down more. And then it like, because it was asking me like, what brands are you familiar with? I'm like, I have.
Does it tell you your preference too? Like I kind of like sweeter notes.
Yes, it does. It says what. So it starts even simpler than that, and it says, what do you like to pair your drinks with? And it's not even alcoholic drinks. Like what flavors do you like? I like a bowl of almonds. I like butter on everything. I like key lime pie. So then you're just kind of selecting your flavor palettes.
Wow.
Yeah. And then it'll tell you like, okay, well, what flavors do you avoid? Mushrooms, bitterness, citrusy.
It's like a fortune teller for your tongue almost.
Yes. So then once you finish this quiz, super simple, then they send you the review. They like let you know what they recommend for you. Mm-hmm. And then they give you an introductory 6-pack of wine for only $29.95. So you get to try 6 different wines for less than $30.
That's pretty good.
That's really good, because then at least you can start figuring out what your flavor palette is like. You can start getting introduced into the world of wine. Like everyone my age right now is always like, I have a glass of wine every night. And I'm like, I want a glass of wine because there's like a lot of benefit, like health benefits.
You ever see the wine list on the back of a menu at a restaurant? I look at it and
I'm so intimidated. I don't do it.
Yep. I don't know. I'm not going to order anything.
Yeah, I can't do it. But thanks to First Leaf, now I'll know what my flavor palette is like. And then I'll be like, ooh, I'm craving some bear. I don't even know the names other than like Pinot Noir, Chardonnay. Are these wines?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So try First Leaf Wine Club today, where buying great wine is simple. So sign up with our link, and you will get an exclusive intro offer, 6 bottles of wine for only $29.95, and that's only because we're hooking you up with this. All right, guys.
Ooh.
So with the $29.95, that also includes free shipping.
Oh.
So it's just $29.95 flat for 6 bottles of wine. Come on now. So just go to tryfirstleaf.com/biz, and that's for 6 bottles of wine for only $29.95 with free shipping at tryfirstleaf.com/Beaw, BEAW. And we're back. Something similar to me happened at a younger age. It was kind of the same thing where my parents were so scared of the unknown, and they were constantly like putting these weird, even looking back at it now, I still don't understand. Like, I know they were protecting us, but the way they went about it was just very like small. Like, it was just like not really taking in the whole picture. You know what I mean? Like for example,
Like
if
village
I was,
mindset.
yeah, like if I was going to a school, right? Like the surrounding area that I went, that school was in was like upper middle class. Like, you didn't really have like hoodlums and like a bunch of bad guys everywhere. So like for me to want to hang out with friends and stuff, they were just like, no, something's going to happen to you. You're going to get kidnapped or raped, or someone's going to want to, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I was always kind of like going like, wait, well, here, I'll give you all the information then. Let's look at all the information before you make a decision. Because they were so solid about something when they only knew half of the information.
Statistically, though, if you hang out with bad kids, it is supposed to be a bad outcome.
If you hang out with bad kids?
Yeah, statistically, like the people that you surround yourself with, it's
I didn't hang out with any bad kids.
Oh, didn't you want to do that? You're saying I want to go hang out with the hoodlums?
No, I was saying that the area so the school I went to
Was good.
It was really good. So there weren't any hoodlums.
No
there
hoodlums.
weren't people like that.
Oh, I see.
In the surrounding area for them to think that I'm going to get kidnapped.
Oh, because you want to just hang out with the kids in that school,
Yeah.
which are non-hoodlums.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just like, let's look at all the information. Let's not just stick to what we're assuming we know and whatever scenarios we're creating in our own head. Like, that's not fair. Like,
Yeah.
that's not right.
Yeah.
That was one thing that I had to fight with a lot, that I'm like, wait, I'm not going to be like that. Like, that's so annoying. Like, not knowing the full story and then making a decision based on like half of the information. And then the other one was always just kind of, my mom is a very like, she's more on the softer side, you know, like my mom's very, I don't want to call her beta, but I guess she is more beta.
Lacks confidence.
Yeah. And then she just doesn't want to disrespect people, and she doesn't want to make people feel bad. So she'll like internalize a lot of things.
Yeah. She just lacks confidence, risk adverse, timid.
Right. So growing up, she was always like letting my dad run the household. Not that he did anything wrong, but it wasn't up to, like, there were certain times where you could tell she wanted to put her foot down, but she just didn't know how. So she would complain about it behind the scenes, which was with me, like with us, like with the kids, you know,
Yeah.
like, oh, your dad, he's always working and he's not around to see you guys or whatever. But like, yeah, as soon as he comes in, like, he's got so much to say. So I would always hear her complain about shit. And for me, I was quick to be like, well, why don't you just talk to him?
Yeah.
Like,
do something.
Yeah, like if you're unhappy, then just let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, bring it up.
Yeah.
Even like a little ass kid, I remember always telling my mom, like, okay, well, do something about it.
Yeah.
Like, bring it up, or don't let that happen, or just don't care about it so much.
Yeah.
So that was just my exposure to it. So I don't know if it's something that we're born with, or where we get that from, because not all of the kids were like, not all my brothers and sisters were like that, or maybe they were like that in their own way.
Yeah, I don't know if it's something you're born with, or if it's taught, or something inspired you to start thinking about that.
Yeah.
But what's also like pretty ironic is the same person that caused me the most unhappiness, I think, also taught me to be happy. So my mom, like, she's a devout Buddhist, right? And so I used to go with my mom to temples and stuff all the time. And a lot of the Buddhism things is to separate yourself from the material world. That's like your ultimate enlightenment. So when someone can just cut your arm off and you're like, okay, my arm is back in nature, that's the ultimate zen. Or your son gets run over by a car and you're like, well, that's only my son in this life. He will now reincarnate and go into another world. And they've already lived. We've reincarnated billions of lives, billions of times. This is just one snippet into my current life. Like viewing your life as a millisecond. Like now you're ultimately enlightened. So I think growing up and listening to those thoughts, I've already tried to separate myself from the material world. And I think those were the kind of same tools that helped me understand that that's even a possibility. Whereas I think a lot of people are so in the material world, they don't even know that it's a choice. You know what I mean? Like some people don't even know that. They go, what do you mean? I'm sad right now. It's like, no, you're choosing to be sad. I'm like, no, I feel sad. Like, no, you're choosing to feel sad.
Yeah.
Where like, and I think like even growing up, like doing kung fu or like doing any type of sport, one thing I
think it's okay to feel sad, right?
It's okay. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because sadness is good. It's sad. Healthy doses of it and not letting it consume you is good.
Yeah,
but
right.
understanding it's a choice is an important thing.
Yeah.
If you don't have shit to do and you want to feel sad and you want to, because it's cathartic, right? You get it out. Like that's why we go watch movies. We choose to be scared. We choose to be sad. We choose to cry. Sadness is a good thing. It's being human. But
man, sometimes I'm like, see some shit. It makes me so happy. I don't choose to cry. It just starts coming out.
Yeah. But you're still choosing it.
I'm not. I'm like, that's so beautiful.
It's just so split second that you didn't have a chance to intercept it right there. But we all have a choice.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that millisecond. So like one thing that I learned a lot that I'm still striving for is when you ever, I guess you haven't, but like there's times where you get your ass beat so fucking hard.
No, never.
You get your ass beat so hard, and this helped me deal with ass beatings too, is trying to separate myself from the material world. And this is how those Guinness World Record people are able to do it. I'm getting my ass beat so hard that I go, it's just that my skin hurts. This doesn't hurt my soul. Keep beating me, mom. Keep beating me.
Mom? What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's some tragic ass
It's tragic.
shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's ironic. The same person that taught me how to be happy is also the source of my unhappiness, but it taught me a lot. And I think maybe because of that, it helped me have the building blocks to understand that external and me, there's a huge separation. It's up to me to choose how close I want that gap to be. So for me, the root beer float, when I see that to me is like, here, there's no gaps. I see a root beer float, I'm happy as fuck because that's what I choose, you know? But if I want to be ultimately zen, I could see a root beer float and go, that's cool. I'll take water.
Yeah. That's hard as fuck. I won't take water over root beer any day. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of like, yeah, I don't know how to like think another way. Like maybe you can call me out on some shit, but like, I really do try to see both sides of everything. Like I'm definitely not trying to hit some like Buddhist, like enlightened level. Whoa, some car has some deep bass. Sounds crazy. I don't know if you heard it.
I did.
Wow. But I do want to live a very balanced life. Like
balance is also subjective too.
Yeah.
Because your level of balance is chaos for me.
Yeah, well, I don't mind. So my balance is I don't mind feeling things. I want to take in all those feelings because I feel like I get to understand, like I become more empathetic. I become more aware. I become more connected.
Yeah.
So I think for me, that's my form of balance because I just want to understand more.
Yeah.
So, and I want to understand people. I want anything that can feel things. I want to understand those things.
That's awesome. I don't want to understand anything.
Oh, really?
I just want to be happy. And anything that makes me unhappy, I need to change the perspective of myself or cut that out of my life.
But then don't you feel like it's a lesson learned that you just kind of missed out on?
I'll give you a small example. This is nothing, so obviously I didn't bring it up. But yesterday, remember how I dropped the raspberries?
Yeah.
I dropped the raspberries on the floor. I felt bad already, right? So obviously, you know I felt bad. If I do anything bad towards you, of course you already know I feel bad. I come in, I'm like, hey, Mom, I'm so sorry I dropped the raspberries. You're like, oh. And then you're cool. You're over it. That is already crushing to me Because in my mind, I'm like, Marlboro, you already know I didn't mean to do it. So if it happened, it was outside of my control. The 2 boxes were really slippery and it fell on the ground. And I didn't do it on purpose. It's not a personal attack on your raspberries. But when you do
but that didn't even have anything to do with you. You took it personally. It was because I had my own expectations of eating these fucking raspberries. So as soon as my expectations were taken away from me, then I was like, oh man, I don't get to taste that on my tongue. It had nothing to do with you.
I see. So yeah, but then
humble your emotions.
I did. I made it personal, which I probably should have clarified. But because I'm always trying to achieve a level of happiness, I'm like, nothing warrants right now. And
but you didn't learn from it because you tried to get rid of it. You didn't learn that it had nothing to do with you. You didn't try to figure it out. And now the next time you drop something that I want, you'll be like, oh shit. Okay. Obviously you feel bad, but you're going to be like, oh man, she really wanted to eat that. So you'll be more on my side instead of going like, oh, why are you hurting me?
I am on your side because I learned that you want to eat the raspberries, but I still feel bad that you did.
Because you took it personally. That's what I'm saying.
But what about in the future? Because now I know this,
but it has nothing to do with you, so you can never get sad about it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yes.
It's your own.
Yes.
It's your own reaction to whatever's going on in your mind. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm saying now, because you understand that. We talked about it
from that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that's what I strive to do. Like, I'm always striving to see what it is that I can do to not make it about me and to understand that thing more. Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. Because now that we've talked about it, the next time it comes up and I go, oh, you're going to be like, damn, she really wanted those raspberries or whatever. Like, let's go get some other ones. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, you got my back extra hard. But because you were...
But I did. I go, I'll get another one. You're like, nah, don't do it. I'm like, oh man. And not only did I fuck up, but I also can't make it up.
Because you're just in your own head now, because you're feeling your own emotion.
But I'm also asking you if I could get another box, and you said no.
Yeah. Because
if you wanted it, wouldn't you go, yeah, okay, cool, now my taste buds could taste it again?
Right, but I'm just saying, like, at that moment, I wanted it. It was like, fuck, they're destroyed. But you made it up to me by washing them. I'm like, hell yeah, I can still get them. So that's it. We've never talked about it since.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I think I've always known. I haven't always known. I take that back. Because I was going to say, I think I've always known that I was in charge of my own emotions, but I didn't know that. Because in high school, you know, we're all emotional and we're all going through, like, our body's changing, our emotion, like, we can't grasp our emotions. Like, we're horny one minute, we're pissed the other minute. Like, we don't know what's going on. We're not young, but we're not old. Like, we just don't fit in anywhere. We're trying to, like, I don't know, identify with anything that understands us, but no one really does. So I was like this really sad, lonely kid. So I remember, like, really wanting to kill myself because, like, I was completely alone. I didn't have friends around me. Like, the only friends I had were at school. I was completely isolated from everyone because, you know, the neighborhood I grew up in was really dangerous and just kind of drug infested and gang infested. So I couldn't go out. I had no friends. My brother and sister were older than me. My little sister was too young. So I was really, really by myself. And then the only thing I could really do is just kind of stay in my own room. I mean, that's one thing at least I had that was positive. Like, I mean, I had a lot of things that were positive, but at that moment, that's the only thing I thought was positive, is that I had my own space at the very least. And I just remember sitting there with myself and just being so fucking sad that I just wanted to kill myself because I'm like, nobody gets me. Like, what the fuck am I doing here? I didn't even want to be born. Let me pause myself real quick. I'll leave you guys with the cliffhanger here, but I'm going to introduce our next sponsor.
Our next sponsor is by joinhoney.com. So we all like to online shop, right? Because you get to avoid
hell, that's my favorite.
Crowds. You get to browse. You get to, like, cross-reference the prices across.
Yeah, you can go in and out. Like, I want to shop now, but I'm like, I'll come back to it later.
Yeah, and you can cross-reference price around stores. You can browse, like, do they have it in my size? Whatever. What's awesome about joinhoney.com is that it's a free browser extension that saves you money because it finds coupon codes and other discounts across the web and applies them automatically.
I love it. You know what I would do? Anytime I would buy stuff, I'm like, oh, I wonder if there's a code for this. Yeah. So then I have to leave that browser, open up a new tab and go, what discount codes can I find here? And it's so annoying.
Yeah. This one, it finds it all for you, and it's
Hell
just an
yeah.
extension that goes into your browser already.
I'm in it.
And it's free to use, and it installs on your computer in just 2 clicks. And it'll save you money. Time Magazine calls it free money because all it's doing is cross-referencing the place. You save
Yes.
$20 here, $30 there, $50 here, and then now you just afforded yourself a new toaster or new earbuds or whatever.
Yeah, I used
the
it
next thing you
for.
want.
I used that when I was buying my mom some glasses, and then I had the plug-in, and
Yeah.
then I think her total came out to like 400 and something, closer to 500, because
Yeah.
she had like multiple pairs of glasses,
Yeah.
prescription glasses.
Yeah.
And then it showed me it entered the promo code. I saved her like 170.
Wow.
Yeah, and she was so freaking grateful, and I felt so smart. I was like, "Yeah, I got that for you," but I didn't do any of that.
You
It was
could
all
spend
honey.
the 170 on something else.
Yes,
See?
absolutely.
So that's what's super cool. So that's why there's no reason not to use it. It's free to use. Installs your computer in just 2 clicks, like I said before, and it'll save you money. And so get honey for free at joinhoney.com/Bail, BEAW. That's joinhoney.com/Bail, BEAW.
And we're back. But yeah, what was I saying?
That you wanted to kill yourself?
Yeah, and like I wanted to end it because I'm like, what the fuck am I living for? Because as a teen, you think like that's like going to be the rest of your life. Like you can't think further ahead.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I even
technically,
here?
there is nothing to live for. Technically.
I mean, I guess so.
If you think about it objectively, like since we're all gonna die, which is imminent, like we know the end, there is nothing to live for. So it is your own perspective that gives you meaning to life.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess my perspective though was you want to be happy, right? Everyone's like ultimate. Even at that age, I'm like, well, there's got to be some sort of happiness. Like, why am I even here? So yeah, I wanted to kill myself in it. And then like, I remember like I was going to attempt it. I didn't get very far at all. Like I was thinking like razors, I was thinking pills, I was thinking all kinds of shit. And then when I was about like minutes before I was about to do it, I'm like, no, that's crazy. Like, why would I do that?
You know, one thing I thought was pretty cool about Christians that I liked, because I went to a Christian school for like 2 years.
That you go to hell if you kill yourself?
No.
Oh, that'll prevent it.
One thing that I really liked that I thought was, man, this is pretty cool, is the way my Christian school was, like they really encourage praying at night. Like, you're supposed to, I guess as a good Christian, you're supposed to pray every night before you go to sleep. And then usually it starts off like, hey, dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for the food. Thank you for the roof over my head. Thank you for the clothes on your back. So it's almost like a daily reminder of, even if you don't have friends, right? And you don't get to hang out with the cool kids, you don't get to watch movies, the things that you have, which is your perspective one more time, so that that ultimately it's still good before, and then you remember that, so you could take that energy into the next day, which I thought is cool, because I think that's one of the biggest problems to a lot of people's unhappiness now is that we're living so good. Our first world is so awesome that things like people bullying on Instagram is crushing. But if you think about it, you even have internet, you even have electricity, you even have an iPhone to view those negative comments. Whereas there's people in other countries that are dying of malaria with no running water, ate one meal in the last 4 days. Their mom just got raped. Your older brother, who is 13, has an AK-47, and then you're complaining about a luxury, So I think that's one thing growing up. I always thought, because I lived in a Buddhist household, but when I saw how Christians are, I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. Having that daily reminder, reminding yourself too, because it needs to come from yourself. When other people are telling you, look at you, you have this, you have whatever, it's like, man, get out of here. You don't know my problems. But when you're reminding yourself, like, hey, thank you. I have my Levi like 510s and my 520s. And I have the ones that I can cuff up a little bit. It looks kind of nice with my Red Wing boots. And then I also got, and you get to like pump yourself up a little bit. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's one thing that they tell you in psychology. I mean, if you have a therapist or whatever, they make you write 3 things that you're grateful for when you wake up and go to sleep. Same concept. But going back to my story, so I was like isolated a lot, and yeah, it was a matter of like, I'm gonna take my own life, or I have to change my perspective. And it wasn't until I left high school actually, Or maybe towards the last, like maybe my senior year in high school, where I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I just don't belong in high school. I fucking hate high school. So I just started changing like the way I thought about stuff. And I'm like, this is going to end anyway. It's going to be better when I get older. So I started like really trying to like harvest more positivity. Like thinking about like, okay, it's going to be like, this isn't the end all be all right now. Like it's going to change. It's going to get better. And then I would start practicing like, just kind of flipping the narrative in my head. Instead of going like, yeah, like, fuck it. Why did my mom create me in the first place? It was more like, well, I'm here now. What do I do with that?
What did you hate about high school so much?
Man, I was such an angry ass kid. I just felt like I didn't fit in. I honestly felt like
the whole school?
Yeah. Like I just felt like I like the things that people were worried about and trying to like do and like their problems, I'm just like, they're so small. Like I don't care who you have a crush on. Like I don't care what party you want to go to. Like that shit was so trivial to me.
You know what's crazy? I feel the same way now.
Oh.
So I'm like, there's a part of me that like, kind of like you, I didn't know if I really liked high school or if I fit in. Cause I'm like, there's a game, right? There's a game everywhere you go. And I don't know if I like necessarily feel natural in this high school game. But there's also a game to YouTube, and there's also a game to success. And we don't play the YouTube game because if we cleaned up our content for our vlog channel and we shot B-roll like we used to do, which we've done before, we can easily get way better brand deals, get way more views, but it doesn't feel real. So I'd rather be more real and not play the game. And so I'm like, man, the game actually never ends. Do you still feel that? Do you feel like now that you're out of high school, you're still in another game? Because I feel I still don't fit in.
I feel like there's a game. In everything you do, there's always a game. And yeah. Because I know that game exists, I'm already outside of it. So yes, I feel like there's a game constantly being played in any scenario, in any part of your life. There's always that game.
Yeah.
But I really try to move myself out of that game because I don't like it.
But don't you still feel like you don't belong still? Because I feel like
100%.
Because like
100%. I feel like I don't belong with other people.
Yeah, because I was waiting to get out of high school to feel that feeling, but I realized when I got out of high school, I still had that feeling. I got out of college, I still have that feeling. I still have that feeling now.
Yeah. Do you think it has anything to do with us being introverts? Because for me, if I'm ultimately by myself, even without you now at this point in my life, I think I'd be really happy.
I think you're way more introverted than me.
Yeah, and I feel like it only gets worse for me, man.
Yeah, I think you're way more introverted than me. But I think what I like about me is that, so like, I think the reason why like elementary school sucks ass. In the middle school, it's, oh, cool, you kind of get your own locker, but it still kind of sucks ass. And then high school, cool, you can do a lot of things, but it still kind of sucks ass. It's just the game that you're in is so tight and narrow and it opens up. But ultimately, you're still in a game. And if you're me, you never feel like you belong. But what I like about now is that the game right now is infinitely big, but it's still a game. There's still a certain way that the world operates. But now I've been so fortunate enough to meet people that are similar to me, where I kind of have my own little group.
Yeah.
And in this ecosystem, it's pretty awesome. And I love my little ecosystem in this group, in this game, which I still don't feel like I belong in the big game, but I have a sense of small belonging with my little friends in this game.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's cool. I don't know if I could be by myself because I think I'm still a social person. I just need to be social with the people that I really care about.
I like social in small doses.
What's small dose, like once a year?
Maybe like a week off. And then I go to the grocery store and I like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, good job. Yeah. Oh, and make like some small talk and then I can go back.
What about like your friends? Or are they not even friends? They're just beings with names.
If I had my own way?
Yeah. Like let's say you're single right now, right? No Taika, no me.
Yeah.
Same group of friends still though.
Okay.
Do you gotta get lunch with Joe once a week? You gotta get lunch with David once a week?
Once a week sounds kind of extreme for me. For my introverted nature, maybe like once every 3 months.
So you're literally by yourself.
Yeah, because like now we have internet and now we have IG, you know, and I can see what's going on in their lives, so I'm still part of it.
Oh, so like the IG, the text, that's enough interaction for you.
But before Instagram was even invented and we just had Facebook or whatever and people didn't upload as frequently, I'd probably need more interaction.
Oh, because I see. So now there's more chances to interact, not physically, but that's enough for you because you're still interacting somehow.
Yeah. Wow, the internet's fucking gonna kill me if I was by myself.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd be like completely by myself because I'm like, cool, I get it.
Yeah, I think on the internet, it does nothing for me. Yeah, internet does nothing for me. Me and David, we probably text every single day, but it doesn't.
David's listening right now going, what, bro? What? It doesn't what?
It doesn't quench the thirst that I have for hanging out with them.
Oh, so you're thirsty for David?
Very parched. Yeah, like I miss David, you know. I like seeing him at least once a week. And so like all my friends and stuff, like the internet, the texts, cuz to me, I think because social media to me, I know it's fucking bullshit, that I know that's not even them. David posting, that's not even him. That's his business. Casey and Tiff, that's not them. That's their business. No one is posting real shit on Instagram. Everyone is fake as fuck.
Or I wouldn't say it to that extreme. I would just say they're only showing you their highlights, and that's already polished.
Well, for me, to me, it's fake as fuck from my lens. And from my lens, like.
But your lens likes picking up dog shit with bare hands.
Exactly.
So that lens is already. So everyone listening right now, just know his lens is fucking extreme.
No, so this is like if David posts, check out my new macaroni recipe,
but
right?
he's passionate about it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And he posts about it.
He's not fake.
And he takes a picture. That does not suffice because I'm like, motherfucker, you probably burned yourself 4 times, screamed, what the fuck? Probably fell asleep with some cheese on his mouth while he made the macaroni and cheese, right?
Yeah, and for you want him to.
That's the David that I need. So,
and you want him to show a video of him doing that for you to be like, I got it.
He's not being fake on purpose. But that doesn't suffice my interaction because everyone's giving me a slice of what they chose.
Yeah.
When I'm around people, I'm absorbing what I want to absorb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Casey's Instagram is his Instagram, right? What I like about Casey is that
his hyena left.
I don't get that shit from his Instagram.
Yeah.
So I need to be with him so that we can talk about something and he can give me the ha.
So maybe it's not fake. You're just not getting the very thing that makes them them.
Exactly, which makes it fake.
Because
people are putting out things that they think they are and not who other people think they are.
So if you had it in your world, you would have me. For me not to be fake, I would be posting on my Instagram the crusty eye boogers, the days I don't shower.
Which is almost every other day, right?
You're not supposed to wash your hair all the time.
Good excuse.
What? Everyone says that. Not everyone smells like you fucking greaseball. All my girls out there are like, yes, Gio's right. You're not supposed to wash your hair every day.
I don't know.
Get out of here.
The first girlfriend I had didn't shower every day. Keep going.
Oh, really? You want to talk about girlfriends?
No.
Then why'd you open up that can of worms?
What girlfriends?
This is the second time you bring up a fucking girlfriend. Do you miss your fucking ex-girlfriend?
Oh, yeah.
But what were we saying?
No, you're saying like you'd post your crusty whatever.
Oh, yeah. And then you would be happy with that.
No, it's a balance, but I want to see all aspects of it. So I guess that's what goes against the game. People... I
just see me wrapping this around your neck.
Oh, damn. Shit. That's what I want to see it for. This is how I feel about my husband.
I'm pulling our cord, and I'm like kind of threatening Bart.
That's what I want to see. If you post something, that's how I feel about my husband. And then the next post is, I love him so much, I want to be.
But that's fake.
So what the problem is things that are good branding.
Let me yawn.
I'm like, God damn. If you're not sneezing, you're phlegming or you're yawning. You really make that mouth work.
You called it phlegming.
The mileage on your mouth is crazy.
I know. I could fucking go off with this mouth. I don't talk that much.
So like I guess what makes it successful Instagrams have insane branding, right?
Yeah.
Like the people that we follow, like Kevin Hart, The Rock, or whatever, every single post is generally the same message, and people know what they're getting themselves into. Models fall the same way. It's the same picture. They know their good side. They know their whatever body part, and it's
so boring.
like that's what's makes it good, right? People always present themselves in the best way.
Yeah.
But to me, that's what makes it fake. I don't mind the good stuff, but I also want to see all other aspects of it. And if I can get all other aspects of it, then that's when I feel like I got interaction. So if I were to utilize internet to be with my friends, it would probably be like live streaming for like an hour at a time.
Yeah.
So that, I think that would suffice my introvertedness. Where if David is like cooking or he's doing whatever and we're just live streaming, he doesn't even have to be talking to me. I could just look over every once in a while and I could see him like.
That's so cute. It's like you have like this little romantic relationship with David.
With all my friends.
I know. But it's just because I hate David. I don't hate him.
Like with Joe, Casey, anybody, like Steve. Like Steve's Instagram is fucking fake. It's funny, but not. This isn't Steve. Like 24/7.
He does duck lips, babe.
Yeah, he's not like that 24/7.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not fake.
He is that way.
It's not fake in the way that people usually use fake. It's fake in the way I'm seeing it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess I don't know why I say I don't know. But the beautiful thing about it is that we can control all of these things that we think. Mm-hmm. And it's a very powerful thing when you think about that.
And you have a choice.
Yes. Because I have a family member who just kind of thrives in negativity. Mm-hmm. It's like it breathes life into their body. And I'm like, how? That shit's draining as fuck, lady. I hate it. Like even their house is just fucking, like all the curtains are up and it's just musty and like moist and it's like dark in there. And like already just physically you already feel down and like your posture just kind of gets a little bit low.
I think some people like negativity.
No, you don't. That's impossible.
Why?
Because it's negativity just physically makes you sick.
But they like it. They're addicted to it like it's a drug.
Yeah, the addicted is a different thing.
Yeah.
Liking it is a different thing.
Or they're too they're not even aware that it's a choice.
So there's, the placebo effect, right?
Yeah.
So placebo, for those of you guys that don't know, they did this experiment. I'm probably botching it up, but basically they had two study groups of people. One group got a drug and they were told what benefits they were getting from this drug, like prescription drug or whatever. Cool. They felt it, they didn't feel whatever. But the interesting part was the other group, they were given a sugar pill and they were told that these are the things that they're going to start feeling once they start taking this pill. And miraculously, all of those benefits, they all felt it, or a big percentage of them started feeling it, but all they had was a sugar pill. So that just goes to show you that your mind is very strong.
Strong as fuck.
But now on the adverse of that is they have this other study with that's nocebo. So same, not the same groups of people, but same experiment.
Same type of study, yeah.
Yeah. Two different groups. One group was told that when they take this particular drug or whatever, they're going to start feeling these negative side effects, right? Like diarrhea, vomiting, shortness of breath, blah, blah, blah. The other group was given a sugar pill and told the exact same thing, that they were going to feel these like side effects. And they all felt it too. So it's like if your mind is telling you that you're sick, that you're sad, that you're whatever, like your mind is that strong that your body physically like goes through all of those.
That's why
all
it's
of those
a choice.
Things. Yes.
It's a choice and it shows how strong it is.
Yes.
And then that's why there's the same people that go, hey, you just won a car. And then there's people that go, wow, I get the car of my dreams. And there's another person that's like, I can't afford the registration. How much is the insurance going to be? They make it like a bad thing. Or I can't bring this into my neighborhood. What are my neighbors going to think? They're going to be like, oh my God, must be nice to just win a car.
Yeah, it definitely is a choice. And it's okay to think, oh shit. But like, I don't know. Now I'm feeling like, is that bad? To go like, well, wait, like the example of like, well, I can't afford the registration. I can't do this. I can't do that. It's like, that's not wrong either.
That's not wrong. The only thing that I think is important is to understand you have a choice.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. The word, what I think is wrong is having knee-jerk reactions to things. Something happens, bam, instantly.
So even your wow, that's bad to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, like, I think that's how people get duped all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to go sign up for this timeshare? If you get this timeshare, blah, 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 blah,
Oh,
see
man,
5 different
timeshares are
countries.
the fucking
wow.
worst. If you're-
Sign me up.
Yeah.
And then you're fucked.
Yeah. If you're considering a timeshare, don't fucking do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
If you have knee-jerk reactions, that's how you can get played.
That's true.
By people that aren't even playing you. You get
Even
played
a relationship.
You get played by life.
That's what happens to thirsty guys and thirsty girls.
Yeah.
They have that knee jerk, what is it?
Reaction.
And then they fall head over heels and the person's just using them.
Yeah, you buy someone
Ow.
flowers to get wet pussy. It's like, control that shit.
I can't control my wet pussy though.
It's so wet.
Oh my God. I can't even think of the last time I had wet pussy.
Me neither.
It's just because I'm getting old, baby. It's not you.
I know. It's perception's reality.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, I'm a
It
stud.
is. You are a
You're
stud.
just a dry bitch.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. I just complimented you, you shit for brains.
I did, and I took it.
You
I
said you dry bitch.
I chose to accept it, and I chose to
give me-
insult you.
Okay. Yes. Well, thank you. Yes, we do have the power of choice, and that's a very beautiful thing.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important thing, because I think there's good and bad to feeling happy and feeling sad, right? Sometimes you need to feel sad, because if not, you're a fucking serial killer. You're a fucking psychopath. If your dog dies, you're like, I choose to be happy. Well, if you choose, that's actually a choice. But if you're just like, your dog dies, you're like, you're
What the fuck was that? I don't know if you were crying or if you were laughing.
I'd be like, then you're a psychopath. But if your dog dies and you're able to stop the stimulus to the output, and you're like, oh wait, I am so sad. My dog died, because that's a natural reaction. But
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, this guy served me for 15 years. He was my companion, and he was such a loyal dog, and I had so many great memories, and you talk yourself into happiness.
Yeah.
Now you're not a psychopath, and you utilize your happiness and your sadness, and it's good to have both.
That's the balance I was talking about earlier. That's what I like to feel.
You need to make it a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're definitely not your circumstance. Like,
Yeah. Because your
Whatever's-
perception is reality.
right. Like whatever's happened to you, it's unfortunate that it's happened to you, and it's important that you learn from that, and you just don't go like, oh man, this is like debilitating now, and I can't do other things. Like that's also a choice. Mm-hmm. That's definitely a choice, because I've had some traumatic shit happen in my life, and I'm not like I haven't seen a therapist or psychologist or any of that, but I don't really see those things that happened in my life really kind of leaking into my current life. Maybe in little ways here and there.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm a pretty happy person. Like, I don't know if because of my trauma, I hold myself back from things. Do I?
Yeah. Hold yourself back from things?
Yeah. Like where I use that past trauma and go, I can't do that. It just brings this, flashbacks or whatever, like living in the past kind of thing.
I don't hear you say any of that stuff.
Yeah. Because I don't feel any of that stuff.
Yeah. But I don't know what goes on inside your head, though.
But I'm just saying, like, who cares what goes inside my head in terms of just what you see from the outside? Like, am I holding myself back from things?
No, just holding me back, I think.
Oh, really?
Oh, shit. There we go.
Where do I hold you back from? I literally support everything you
I
do,
know,
you
you're
piece of
fucking
shit.
badass. I fucking love you so
There's
much.
not one thing that you can't do
Good.
because I support you so hard.
I know. You're fucking awesome.
How many times have I told you to bring your stupid ass, fucking loud ass, annoying, dusty fucking drum sets back to the house?
Twice.
I've told you more than twice.
Fine. You're fucking dope. I fucking love you like crazy.
Yeah, you better, fucking dry bastard.
I'm not dry. You're the dry one.
Your dick doesn't drool the way it used to.
It doesn't really?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
You
in
haven't
a
seen
long
it. See,
time.
how the fuck do you know? It was drooling this morning.
It was.
I woke up with like the hardest boner, and I'm like,
Why are we talking?
can't even use it. His mom bear's sleeping.
Well,
And she's probably dry as fuck too.
that's also a choice. But yes, I guess we'll close it out with these thoughts. What are your last thoughts?
That no matter how bad it is, it's a choice on how you feel, and you can always pivot the way you think. And no matter how good it is, it's also a choice. And don't ever let an overwhelming emotion, good or bad, dictate who you are, how you feel, unless you think it's good for you. But most of the time, if you want to be happy and you realize you feel sad, then you're not utilizing it the right way.
Right. And make sure to like think of yourself. It's okay to think of yourself first. And to be like, wait, is this going to make me happy? A lot of us tend to put ourselves last. And that's not good either.
I don't think so. I think most people put themselves first. And I think that's where they get in trouble.
Okay, well, people tend to put themselves last too, okay? Like me, I put myself last all the fucking time, and I need to do that. I need to change that.
Okay.
You put yourself first.
Do I?
Yes.
I feel like I put myself last.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is going to be another podcast. Topic that we got to talk about. I tell myself I put myself last. Bart tells himself he puts him. I don't get it. I think he puts himself first. You think I put myself first?
I don't know if you put yourself... Yeah, you do.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, wait for the next podcast, ladies and gents. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember, being happy is always a choice. You're not your circumstances. You can always change that. Nothing is set in stone. The only thing I believe that is set in stone is that we're all going to die one day. I don't mean to be morbid, but definitely live in the present. Hug yourself, love yourself, hug each other, with consent, of course. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so special thanks to our sponsors, First Leave. Again, that's sign up with our link and you'll get an exclusive intro offer. That's 6 bottles of wine for only $29.95 plus free shipping. So just go to tryfirstleaf.com/biz. Again, that's 6 bottles of wine for only $29.95 plus free shipping. And then also thank you to Honey. It's free to use, so make sure to install on your computer with just 2 clicks and it'll save you money so you can treat yourself to something nice. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/Beaw, B-E-A-W. That's joinhoney.com/Beaw, B-E-A-W.